Good evening, Lady Raiders are already here. Good evening, Raider Nation, Raider family. Glad to have you here this evening for our second live broadcast from South Commons Softball Complex in Columbus, Georgia. We are at the Elite Eight tournament of the GHSA State Softball Tournament, and our Lady Raiders are playing Game 2 today. Yes, that's the second game. This is the first time in our history we won our Game 1 versus the Wesleyan Wolves earlier today at a 2:30 start. We defeated them by a score of 8-5. Very exciting time for the Lady Raiders and Bacon County School District as well. Matter of fact, it was a very exciting afternoon for South Georgia in Region 2 AA as the Jeff Davis Yellow Jackets defeated the number one team in the state, Gordon Lee, 4-3 in late innings, or extra innings, I should say. And the Vidalia Wildcats defeated Social Circle by a score of 2-0. So the South has risen again, folks, and we are 3 for 3. All three teams from 2AA are in the winners bracket, along with Heard County, and that's who we are about to play. Lady Raiders will be the visiting team at this game to a Heard County Braves from Franklin, Georgia. Right next to us, they are already in progress, is Jeff Davis and Vidalia playing in that second winners game bracket against one another, and the winner and or loser of our game will play the winner and or loser of that game as well. First of all, I want to thank you for joining us live and on demand later. My name is Brent Johnson. I'm here along with several students from Bacon County High School in the Engineering Technology program, which we call ourselves a BCTV Productions. We're on the NFHS network powered by Play On Sports. But Solomon Tillman, senior at Bacon County High School, as well as seniors Carter Lee and Hester, I call him Hester, Austin Hester, great kids, show a lot of work ethic and character in traveling, and not only they're big help in football, but they love softball and being able to travel and do some of this with the Lady Raiders later in the season. So I'm really proud of these young men, what they're learning in the classroom as well as here as we travel and support our Lady Raiders, support Red Raider athletics, and bring them back to our community in Alma and Bacon County and throughout the state and throughout the world. We have folks that watch it all over, especially military folks, former graduates of Bacon County. As you see, our coaches are now meeting at home plate. We're very close to getting this game started. I want to acknowledge some sponsors. We're going to run a quick commercial and take a short break, and I'll be back to go over the lineups for the Lady Raiders and the Lady Braves. We'll be back here from Columbus, Georgia, live and here in just a moment. All right, welcome back, Raider Nation. We're live from Columbus, Georgia, at the South Commons Softball Complex. This place was revamped and maybe a couple fields added back before the '96 Olympics that was hosted in Atlanta, as the Olympic softball teams played here. Magnificent facility. I carried the drone up earlier and took a few photos. I was unable to get them uploaded in time to show you live this evening, maybe in tomorrow's game, which we are guaranteed, as this is a double elimination tournament. Win or lose tonight, we will play tomorrow. Those times will be announced as we go through the game here. I'll talk a little bit more about the bracket. But again, I want to quickly say an audible thanks to the sponsors that make it possible for us to travel here and help us with the expense of being here. Lodging and food for these young men and for what we try to do. Coley's Electric of Alma, Cohen's of Alma, State Farm, Center Stage Dance, Subway, FNB South, Merle Norman, H&H Equipment, Alma Exchange Bank, and also Mr. Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales for giving us the wheels or loaning us the wheels to haul ourselves and our equipment over here. Very generous, very gracious of him. I want to thank him especially as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you the lineups for the visiting team, which will be our Lady Raiders this evening. They flip a coin before every game. One thing and they don't have time, but I hate that they don't make the official announcements of the ladies and have them line up on the field, and we don't do a national anthem. They do that sort of in the mornings, first thing to kind of kick things off. But real quick here, we'll go through this lineup for the Lady Raiders. Ashton Kite's going to lead off, playing third base. Madison Taylor, second base, batting second. Callie Anderson, number 13, will be batting third. Emmy Harper, cleanup position. Paxton Sellers is slated as our pitcher to start this game. Sydney Sweat is next up. Abby Lewis, Haley Whitley, Hannah McClellan, and Rachel Polk will be our flex player, with other players on the lineup: Kate Vonier, Caitlin Sears, Mariah Holton, Marley Clements, Carly Cruz, Mackenzie Wade, and Brianna Booth. For the home team in this game, for the Heard County Lady Braves, also want to welcome them to this broadcast. If any of those are listening, I want to go ahead and apologize for any mispronunciation of names or anything like that on your team. Or I'm not a professional at this, but I love what I do when I get a chance to do it. My right-hand man, Mr. Shane Bennett, is not here with us. Hopefully he's watching now. He's at guard duty in Savannah, and I thank him for his service, and I wish he were here with us. However, bittersweet, he'll be for sure at the football game tomorrow night in Groves in Savannah as our Raiders travel there. All right, for the Heard County Braves, it looks like Callie Herod, Anna Shellnut, Jordan Watson, Hannah Sanders, Alex Raines, Hannah Stevens, Hattie Yarborough, Johanna Bayer, and Madison Whitehead. Other players or substitutions is Allie Harris, Sarah Sheffield, Alyssa Casper, Katie Minix, and Aspen Barker. We're about to get things started here, as you can tell. As Ashton Kite comes to the plate with a pitcher on the mound that they say brings it. We're about to see, and she does. Ball, it's going to be ball low. I understand this pitcher throws in the low 60s, around that 60 with some movement. Our Lady Raiders was telling me earlier. I've also just got word that the first four batters in their lineup are D1 prospects / commitments. So that's pretty impressive. Heard has been ranked in the top of AA softball for the past several years. The last time we faced Heard County was right here. And we lost to them in game one that year in a very tight contest. They won in the latter innings. Count 2-1 now. Pitch is on the outside corner. Going to a 2-2 count here. Again, on the mound is Jordan Watson for the Lady Braves. Got some lights on here behind us as the umpire asked that they be turned off from a van that's probably delivering some stuff. There we go. I think we'll be ready for play now. Top of the first, Ashton Kite, leadoff batter for the Lady Raiders. coming off a big first win. This ball is hit deep into right center field, and this is a off the fence. It's going to be a stand-up double for Ashton Kite. And, you know, when you got a pitcher that throws the ball hard, you don't have to swing as hard to make the ball fly. That ball was nearly out to where our camera is. What a great start this is for the Lady Raiders. Runner at second, no outs. Madison Taylor to the plate. Mad Dog, HC, all kinds of nicknames. Homecoming Queen, Black Sox. With an opportunity to get the first run in for the Lady Raiders, which would be huge in a contest of this magnitude. Two-0 count. A win by the Lady Raiders tonight or the Herd Lady Braves would guarantee a game on Saturday, because the next game that either team would play would be at 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. 3-0 count now. Pitch called strike for the first. It's going to be 3-1. Really proud of our Lady Raiders, how they find a way. Resilient, scrappy. This ball is popped up. It's going to be out number 1 for the Lady Raiders. Not sure there. I don't like that call bunt when you got a runner's already at second, no outs. I like to see Madison swing away there, but obviously Coach Tyre had another purpose. He's trying to move that runner to third with giving up an out possibly there, or maybe getting on. Number 3 batter here, Callie Anderson, comes to the plate. Waiting on Callie. I talked to her before the game, waiting on her to heat that bat up. She's putting the bat on the ball, but she's just not quite there like she was at this time last year. Not for lack of effort. Great defensive player. Count 2-0 again, as each of our batters have worked the count in their favor early. Looks like the ref's going to call that outside corner, and that's perfect. That's just fine as long as he's consistent and does it for both sides of the plate, or both teams, I should say. Right on that outside corner again. Brings the count to 2-2 with 1 out. Again, I want to welcome our Raider family with us, as well as those that might be checking in from Heard County. This ball is going to be hit back to the pitcher. That will advance the runner to third base. Now with 2 outs. Brings Emmy Harper to the plate in the 4 spot. Emmy was 3 for 4 in the first game. Now with a chance to get another RBI under her belt. Ball was just outside. And she's probably going to try to stay on that corner all night long if she can, occasionally bringing it back over. Ball was just outside again. I don't know. It's very close to the pitch. He's been calling a strike. I'm nearly behind home plate, just over the umpire's right shoulder. Another ball outside, deliberate. And they know the scouting report on this young lady. They know that she can take it out of the park on any swing. Count 3-0. And she continues to stay outside. Draws a walk. Now Paxton Sellers, our pitcher, will come to the plate with a chance to help herself. Just put the ball in play. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. These girls are, I tell you what, these girls are tall. They have a lot of size, and that is no way an insult to these young women. They just look like athletes. This Heard County team. All over the field. To reach this game, the Heard County Lady Braves defeated Swainsboro 4-0 this afternoon. And if it's any consolation, our Lady Raiders have defeated Swainsboro this year in a local tournament. And swings of that way outside pitch there for strike 3, the first strikeout of the inning for number 16. Lady Raiders strand 2 here in the top of the first. We're going to move to the bottom of the second. Let's see what our pitching and defense will do to keep us in this game. We want to show the little commercial here to honor our sponsors, and we'll be back here in just a moment. All right, Raider Nation, we're back here live from Columbus, Georgia, South Common Softball Complex, as our Lady Raiders are competing in the Elite Eight GHSA State Softball Tournament. We're in Game 2 on Day 1, a first for our Lady Raiders history, competing against the Heard County Lady Braves, moving to the bottom of the first inning, as our Lady Raiders are the visitor team in this particular matchup. Double elimination tournament. We're guaranteed at least one more game tomorrow. Win tonight. We will play one game tomorrow and potentially 2 for a state championship on Saturday. Callie Harrod comes to the plate for the Lady Braves. She's going to take ball 2. Little shout out to Miss Pinky Heflin back at home watching the Lady Raiders. A huge supporter she is of all of our kids at Bacon County High School and wherever she substitutes. There's a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff batter. And a shell nut will come to the plate for the Braves with 1 on and no outs here, bottom of the first. Very dangerous team here we're facing. Paxton's yet to throw a strike over the plate. Ball was just a little low as well. This ball is hit down the left field line and foul. You know, for all intents and purposes, some folks would say this Heard County team is the #1 team in the state right now. Harlem carried that throne until they were knocked out of the Sweet 16 by Vidalia Indians. I think I said Vidalia Wildcats earlier. I apologize for that. It is the Vidalia Indians. Gordon Lee was another team that could hold that spot. I think they've won several national state championships in the last couple years. But our Lady Raiders, an attempted steal is successful. Our Lady Raiders are ranked in the top 5 and should be on a 12-game winning streak now. Ian Paxton struggling a bit to keep it close to the plate. 2-2 count now. This ball is drilled to center field. However, it's played perfectly, as does Sweat usually. Gets the ball in quickly, holds the runner at second. And here is number 16, the pitcher. Again, the softball team looks more like a basketball team, and again, that's with all due respect too. They're just a very tall, physical-looking team. She could be out, and she gets that foot in. Very close play there. As our catcher, the ball really didn't go past; it just kind of got between her legs. But a very heads-up play by the Lady Brave as she moves to third base with 1 out. That's a good pitch by Sellers. Ball is fouled back. Got a full count now. Jordan Watson. Ball is going to be hit to the shortstop. Nicely played. Fired her out at first base. 2 outs now. Runner at third. Hear a little commotion here in the field next to us where Vidalia and Jeff Davis are playing. And there's winner's bracket matchup. Score is 3-3 now. Anytime the ball is fouled up and out of play, it's like a bunch of ants running around here. If you're not paying attention, that thing could hit you. There's not quite as many people here this evening. Fewer teams are playing. But the ballparks are really close together, and if a ball is fouled out of play, you have to be real careful that you don't get hit. It's unique to see another huge rivalry game over here. 4-3 now, Vidalia. And the pitch. And strike 2. 1-2 the count, 2 outs with opportunity to get out of this inning. It's way outside. Great play there by the catcher, Polk, as she snags that, keeping it from the backstop, and a potential run scoring on a pass ball. Counts 2-2 now. There's another foul ball back out of play. Nearly hitting a pedestrian behind us. And I do apologize. This is number 17 at the plate, Miss Hannah Sanders. Have not called her name or number. Full count now. This would be a huge out. And she's going to take a walk, and that's not actually a bad thing. You take the bat out of her hand, have an open base over there. The only way it would hurt is if this young lady here were to hit one deep or to potentially score her. That play always scares me there when the catcher throws back down the line, first or third. Ball is just a little low. Paxton needs to really concentrate on this batter now. This counts 2-0. Just a ground ball, pop up, strike out. Any way we can get this last out with no runs being scored. All right, she seems a little flustered now. She has pitched so well these last couple weeks. There it is. She pours it in. 3-1 count. Whoa, no call there. That was a good looking pitch there, especially with a 3-1 count. But we go next to the lineup, number 18 for the Lady Braves. It's going to be Hannah Stevens. Bases loaded, 2 outs, nowhere to put her. This ball is ripped to right field. And that is a fair ball. McClellan's going to have to get this ball in quickly. Looks like we got a foul ball call. And there's no ref over there to argue or to ask for help. Just the positioning of our umpires. Wow, we were really lucky there. Just nearly a great play by McClellan. Thankful for the foul ball, that particular play. Once again, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Wow, what a stop by our catcher. What a play. Sophomore, Polk. Strike. Swing and a miss there. Need one more strike here to get out of this inning unscathed with bases loaded. Got away with one right down the line there just a moment ago. It's a cold evening here. Temperature continues to drop in Columbus, Georgia. .59 degrees here in Columbus. Slight breeze. This ball is going to be chopped up the middle. And what a play by the shortstop, the freshman. And I will continue to talk about her and her play defensively and at the plate. Lady Raiders get out of this inning unscathed as Paxton loads them up, but gets them out. Score still 0-0 here. Again, we're live on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. Brought to you most importantly by BCTV Productions. Productions from our engineering and technology department from Bacon County High School. My name is Brent Johnson. I'm here with Solomon Tillman, Carter Lee, and Austin Hester. We're bringing to you live Lady Raider softball from Columbus, Georgia. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back here in just a moment. Okay. We're back. Top of the second inning for the visiting Raiders in this particular game. Scooter comes to the plate. That is Miss Sweat. Sydney Sweat in the 6th spot. Has hit the ball hard the last several games, including game 1 this afternoon. As the Lady Raiders score 3 runs, I believe, in the 4th inning to gain the lead, not regain, but gain the lead 5-4 over the Wesleyan Wolves. Ball outside there, count 1-1. Ball is hit hard again, sharply to the shortstop. I want to correct myself from earlier. I just found out that the winner of this game will play the winner of Jeff Davis and Vidalia. The loser of this game will play the loser of Gordon Lee and Social Circle, which they will play in the morning. You can access the brackets on the ghsa.net website. Take a look for yourself. Fill it in for yourself. To the plate is Lewis. She fouls one back off the fence. A lot of confidence in this Red Raider dugout. Lady Raiders, they should be. We're a very good softball team. I've been talking about it for weeks on the broadcast with my right-hand man there, Shane Bennett. A little shout-out to him again as he is in Savannah at guard duty. We keep talking about all these good teams that we're playing, and I'm reassuring these girls that they are a very good team as well. Ball is ripped into right field. Oh, and it's thrown into nearly the home plate. I think she was attempting to throw a runner out at first and probably had some interference, it appears, and the runner is going to advance to second. Trying to listen here to get a call. I think all the umps are coming in.
I didn't see it, but I think he just caught a ball from the pitcher. It's the same as in baseball as a ball. She reached down to pick up dirt and then wipe her hand off before she got the ball.
I believe they're looking at they're calling a balk on the pitcher on that particular pitch. I've never seen this before on the actual batter who hit the ball in play, and then they call a balk and she advances. I've seen, I guess, they call it, they're going to penalize that team, and they just advanced that runner who made it to first on an errant throw, because the right fielder, she probably would have been, I'm not sure what, I don't know what the call would have been if she had been thrown out. Probably called safe and the same thing. But the pitcher has, if she picks up dirt or chalk in her hand and to moisten it, she has to wipe it off. And I don't think she did that. I'm assuming that's what I've been told that was called. Apologize for no instant replay at this time. We're working on that, folks. Nonetheless, there is one out. We're going to have they're deliberating on what the call should be. Dr. Ryan Gravitt, our principal at Bacon County High School, is here supporting our Lady Raiders. And he's just telling me they're still deliberating exactly what the call. They're going to, looks like she's going back to second base. She will go back there after she made a single to right field. And that is Miss Abby Lewis. So we're going to get things back started here. Number 9, Haley Whitley, is going to come to the plate, freshman, who has come up huge for the Lady Raiders the last couple games. First game playing defense at shortstop, which he played most of the season. And then for a few games in our regional playoffs in the early rounds of the state. First round, Haley was playing a little bit of second base where Madison Taylor was at short, but they flip-flopped now for this series, or for this, at least for the day. This is quite a timeout here. We're going to take a short break here, and we're going to be back in just a moment, thanking our sponsors for this trip, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, we're back in action now. This ball is hit high and deep to right center field. The right fielder gathers herself. And they did decide during the break that Abby would come back to first base. Again, a lot went on there. Try to find out the whole story and get that back to you. Two outs now after the pop fly to center. Again, we're all kind of trying to gather ourselves here after that break. Number 12, Hannah McClellan, comes to the plate. Two outs. 0-2 count. And she swings And the catch is made by the second baseman. As the Lady Raiders strand one more here in the second inning, top of the second, as we move to the bottom of the second. Score 0-0. And again, a little not sure exactly what happened there with those events. I'll try to get a little better score or scoring on that. In just a moment, I'll send someone over there to try to find out, and I'll explain it to all of us. But for the time being, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back in just a moment, live from Columbus, Georgia. Okay, we're back here. Game 2 for the Lady Raiders and the Heard County Braves.
Come on, Pat.
As I said earlier, its temperature's getting even cooler, about 57 degrees now in Columbus. Hattie Yarborough comes to the plate for the first time for the Lady Braves as they loaded the bases in inning 1. Callie Anderson making a great effort. That'll be strike 1. Again, when you make it here, folks, all these teams that are here deserve to be here, and they're here for a reason. And we should see some close matchups due to great pitching, great defense, great hitting. Ball is popped up on the infield, called by our shortstop, comes in, makes a great play. Again, I can't say enough about this freshman shortstop. Has a rifle arm, shows no emotion. When I say no emotion, no fear. Scores 5-3 in the Jeff Davis Vidalia game. Vidalia is leading in the 6th inning. What a play again. I hope the camera did her justice. I'm not sure how much he zoomed in, but what a play by the young shortstop again for the second out of the inning. Anytime that you can take advantage of catching a ball in foul territory is great, and you take advantage of it and don't give that batter an opportunity to come back to the plate. Number 6, Madison Whitehead to the plate with 2 outs, bottom of the second. Ball just a little low. Swing and a miss. Strange rules in baseball and softball. You can foul the ball off and the catcher can catch it first or second strike, and it's not an out. If you foul and pop a ball up and the catcher catches it in first or second strike, if it goes up and she catches it, it's an out. But if it's fouled off in the glove, only on the 3rd strike if the catcher catches it. Way to get her to chase one outside there with the count 1 and 2 with a chance for Paxton to get out of this inning. 3 up, 3 down, which is what we want, what we need. Take it to the top of the third as we are at the top of the lineup. Late start for the Raiders. About an hour and 15 minutes. Swing and a miss for strikeout for Paxton Sellers. Score 0-0. We're going to move to the top of the third inning. Our Lady Raiders coming back again to the top of the lineup. I want to, again, audibly thank the sponsors that help bring us here to Columbus. Takes care of room and board and things of that we need to do to make this trip possible. It's Coley Electric, it's Cohen's of Alma, State Farm, Center Stage Dance, Subway, FNB South, Merle Norman, H&H Equipment, Alma Exchange Bank, and Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales for providing the wheels to get us here. 6-3. Update 6-3 Vidalia. Top of the 6th inning. I'm not sure who's the home or away team there, but Vidalia has continually gotten better to the end of the season. I want to stay with you here as we're again going to start the top of the third inning. Lady Raiders, Lady Braves. Again, I want to welcome all of our Raider family back in Alma and Bacon County and all around the world if you're watching, which is possible through the NFHS network, for joining us, and also those from Heard County that might be joining us as well. Ashton Kite comes to the plate. Ashton has kind of teeter-tottered with success at the plate, drawing a couple walks in the first game. I just heard the gentleman behind me say, telling them to be consistent. But, when you have to consider the stature, and this is no pun intended for Ashton. She's a good sport. She's not very tall, and it creates a problem with the strike zone. It has to be, a different height for her compared to a lot of these other girls. It's going to be low and away. 2-1 count, and she has really pushed the count here recently. The first game, seeing a lot of pitches. Very intimidating presence out there on the mound, number 16. She's got to be close to 6 foot, 5'11". Ball is going to be ripped to the shortstop, and she makes a great play on a short hop. Great defensive play, and that's why these ladies are here. Both teams, great defense, great hit, and great pitching. First out of the inning. Number 19, HC, homecoming queen, Mad Dog Madison Taylor. I'd see her bow up here. Use the heat off this pitcher's pitch to drive one deep. Takes strike one on that inside corner. Ball is just low and out away. Got a 3-1 count now. Excuse me, 2-1 count. Ball low. Now it's 3-1. 1 out. Pitcher takes a little extra time trying to decide what she wants to do. Madison takes a timeout. Steps back in. Good eye. What an at-bat by Madison Taylor. She comes to the Callie Anderson comes to the plate, number 13, with 1 on, 1 out. Again, maybe this is the at-bat where she lights it up. With Emmy Harper, sophomore, on deck. This ball is going to be lifted to the second baseman. As what I love to see, Callie Anderson runs it out to first base, knowing the ball is going to be caught. Madison tags and stays at first, bringing Emmy Harper, which they pitched around her in her first at bat. And rightly so. 3 or 4 home runs on the season for Harper. Grand slam last week. The Sweet 16 matchup with Screven County. Fast pitch and a quick bat is a good combination for a long ball. One the count. 2 outs. Top of the third. This ball is hit right off the end of the bat. She tosses it over to first base to end the inning. No score as we move to the bottom of the third. Lady Raiders and the Indians playing good defense, good pitching. Hoping to continue that here as we move to the bottom of the third. We're going to take a short break. We're going to be back here in just a moment. Broadcasting live on the NFHS Network from South Commons Softball Complex. You're watching Lady Raider Softball from Columbus, Georgia. Going to be ball 1. Again, Paxson struggled a bit the first inning, but she has settled down. It's a good pitch off the plate, keep them honest. This ball is going to be hit out of play to the left, hopefully. No one got hurt. Count goes to 3-1. As it appears she's just pitching around her slightly. This ball's going to be popped up. Let's hope it's not going to stay in play. I'd like to get a cheap out there if we could. There's the walk from the leadoff batter. 13 comes to the plate. That's Anna Shellnut. Runner successfully steals. During the throw, the ball goes over second base. No harm, no foul, other than the runner is safe on the attempted steal. Just like what happened in the first inning. This ball is hit. Wow. What a play by the third baseman. What a snag by Ashton. Camera probably couldn't move quick enough. We have one out. Runner at third. Similar situation. We actually loaded the bases in the first inning. Paxton able to work her way out of it. Top of the order. 16, the pitcher, Jordan Watson. Ball must have been just a little low. Ball is hit sharply down that left field line. Count's going to be 2-1 now. Temperature right now is supposed to be the high on Saturday with some wind. Wow, this young lady has some tremendous power as she comes through that ball, ripping it down, just about took her coach out. We're hoping to be playing on Saturday for a championship, or at least a runner-up. That was a good pitch. Just outside and high. A little change up. Again, really, we usually don't like a walk, but big hitter, another big hitter coming up, number 17, I'm sure, Hannah Sanders. And I would bet this runner's going to be moving. And she does take off. You almost want to risk throwing her out at second base. Not a tremendous amount of speed at third. Got another update, bottom of the seventh. Still 6-3. Vidalia leads Jeff Davis. Wow, we had a bunt, hit and run, squeeze play, ladies and gentlemen. Squeeze play. That tells you right there that this coach believes this could be a low-scoring affair. Two strikes now on the batter. See if we can get a big strikeout here. No, we get a rip. I mean a rip. Out of play, thankfully. Way ahead of that pitch. Hannah Sanders, number 17. Counts 0-1, 1 out. Bottom of the third, runner at third and second. This ball is going to be lifted. She's going to be throwing it. 2 runs are going to score on a very, it's that C&I single. They were running the bases very aggressively. Score is going to be 2-0 for the Lady Braves. Again, with a leadoff walk this inning. Alexis Raines comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. Runner at first base. 1 out still. 2 runs in for the Lady Braves. Ball is going to be hit again, just out of reach of our shortstop. Very frustrating for a defense, the last 2 hits. Got a tomahawk chop going over in the dugout. Anna Stevens comes to the plate. This ball is going to be hit not very fast to the second baseman. She gathers it. Throws for the second out of the inning. Runners advance. Number 7 to the plate, Hattie Yarborough. And Vidalia has won the game against Jeff Davis, and they had continued to advance in the winner's bracket. And they're 1 game away from the finals, and this ball is ripped up the middle. Only 1 run is allowed to score. Again, two dinkers, and then a line drive there. Runners are on the corner with 2 outs. 3-0 now. The Lady Raiders trailed 3-0 in the first game. No time to panic now. Just trying to get out of this inning without giving up any more runs. That was a good pitch by Paxton. Just didn't get the call. You can tell frustration on her face. Another ball just outside. We do have 1 place to put her, but we would rather get out of the inning here with Joanna Bayer at the plate. Not sure exactly what was going on there. Umpire stepped back. It was a no pitch. Count 3-0. There's a strike over the middle with a little changeup from Miss Bayer. What a pitch, and he's not going to call that a strike. I'm begging, maybe. I don't know. That's Paxton's definitely disappointed. Bases are loaded. Force out at any bag. Ground ball. Madison Whitehead to the plate. Just need one more out. Stop the bleeding here. Move to the top of the fourth. This ball is ripped past the second baseman, and it is in the gap. 3 runs are going to score with a stand-up double by an error by the second baseman, unable to at least knock it down. Score is 6-0. We're going to take a short time out as Stephen comes to the Stephen Tyre, Coach Tyre comes to the mound to talk to Paxton. We'll be back here in just a moment. All right, we're back now with a new Lady Raider pitcher. Emmy Harper to the mound, sophomore. Slightly different style. This ball is going to be hit to the shortstop. She's going to make a play. Not in time. A lot of wheels on the plate, or at the plate. Ball was hit deep, or it wasn't really hit deep. It was just wasn't hit very hard. Six to 0, the Lady Raiders trail. Bottom of the third. This ball is hit high to center field, and Sweat squeezes it, and we finally get out of this inning. Okay. Again, I'm not in panic mode, folks. I've seen these Lady Raiders do some amazing things. I know a 6-run deficit to a team ranked and possibly the number 1, 2, 3 team in the state we're playing. But again, I don't think there's any panic in our dugout. These ladies know what they need to do. They need to come out and get some hits, score a few runs here and there, and get back in this game, play some good defense. We're going to pay a tribute to our sponsors, run a little commercial here. We're going to be right back here in Columbus, Georgia, with your Lady Raiders in just a moment. All right, here we go. Top of the fourth inning. 4 more chances to get some runs here, get back in this game as we trail 6-0. Lady Raiders gave up 3 more runs this past inning. This ball is going to be hit off the fists. Easy out there for the third baseman. Comes Sydney Sweat to the plate. Scooter, popularly known, had a hard line drive right to the shortstop, her first at bat. With a 6-run lead, this pitcher she doesn't have to quite hit her spots like she's been trying to earlier. She can just kind of rear back and throw it now, which it appears she's doing. This pitcher's throwing in the mid to low 60s. Very low trajectory. Again, a cold night, about 56. This ball's going to be hit right back up the middle. Slowed down by the pitcher. Great play by the shortstop. Good solid defense. Quickly 2 outs, 2 up, 2 down. Abby Lewis to the plate. However, the Lady Raiders have done a lot of their damage with 2 outs. Maybe we can get something going here with a leadoff hit or a walk. Abby Lewis. I think this Heard County crowd think this game is in hand. They're not complaining as much to the ref. Of course, they hadn't had much to complain about these last couple innings. As their Lady Braves have played really good defense and to put the bat on the ball. Counts 2-1 now. Two, 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning. This ball is going to be hit right down the third base line. Foul ball. Ball is going to be hit again right off the toe of the bat. She gets her out at first base. Again, where it's like either the fist or the end of the bat. Not sure exactly what's going on. There must be possibly some late movement that I'm not even seeing from this pitcher, which some of our Lady Raiders described her as having some movement on her pitches. So. But again, I want to thank you for joining us here. I'm not quite as talkative. I'm telling you, it's a little chilly out here this evening. I'm here with, can't even talk, Brent Johnson here, representing Bacon County High School, Engineering Technology, BCTV Productions with Solomon Tillman, with Carter Lee and Hester, or I should say Austin Hester. We all have a habit of just calling him by his last name. But I want to thank these young men for participating and bringing you Lady Raider softball and Red Raider football on Friday nights, which our Red Raiders will be traveling to Groves High School in Savannah, Georgia tomorrow night. We may or may not be there, hoping we're going to miss it. due to a couple more wins here, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, to allow us to advance further here in the Elite Eight. I'm going to take a real quick break here and be back to you in just a moment. Again, a quick break, but I got to squeeze this in as much as I can. I really want to thank Chris Wilcox from Wilcox Communications providing the modem that allows us to, there's the first pitch, swing and a miss by number 16. Jordan Watson, pitcher. Chris Wilcox providing the equipment allows us to stream these games on a 4G Verizon connection. From my understanding, just from feedback from the very first game here this afternoon, the connection was very good. Stream was very smooth, only about a 30-second to a minute delay, which is just about spot on when you're broadcasting online like this. This ball is going to be hit to our center fielder. She comes up and makes the play for the first out in the inning. Hannah Sanders comes to the plate now. This is the meat of their order in which they loaded them up and scored the bulk of their runs. Again, we are in a 6-0 deficit. Bottom of the fourth inning. This ball is chopped to the shortstop. What a great play, and she fires across the diamond. What a play. What a play by the freshman for the second out of the inning. Alex Raines to the plate, number 2 now. It's like a dust bowl here. I'm not going to lie, it's dry, very dry here. And every time the ball hits, I mean, I can see it in the camera, but every time the ball hits the mitt, looks like baby powder just popping out from it. All of our equipment has a thin layer of dust on it. My iPad here, probably the computer. Another good pitch there. Keeping the batter count now 3-1. She can afford to pour another one in like that, let the defense do the work. That ball is high. I'm not sure why she's coming with that changeup quite as often. Number 18 for the Lady Braves, Hannah Stevens. This is their third time through the lineup. Good pitch there. She can paint that corner. Ball is ripped up the middle. Center fielder is going to cut it off. Make it a long single. Hold the runner at second. Again, this Heard County Brave team is at it again with 2 outs. Number 7, Hattie Yarborough. Two outs. Bottom of the fourth. Really can't afford to give up any more runs here. So our shortstop going to make she's going to have to eat it. She's made so many great plays for us the first game and now this game. It was a distraction as the runner passed. I think caused her to take her eye off the ball. Bases loaded again. Joanna Bayer with a chance to really cause some additional problems for our Lady Raiders this evening as the score is 6-0, bottom of the fourth with 2 outs. About the 4th or 5th time she's thrown that changeup that has not seen the strike zone. However, maybe it's just to keep them honest, because if that ball floats up there like that and they actually wait on it, that's a batting practice ball. That was a good pitch, just a little bit low. Counts now 3-1 with 2 outs. Bases loaded, nowhere to put her. You would think the coach has got her taken regardless. And she doesn't take. She hits it through the infield. Ball is knocked down. They will score 2 more. Score is 8-0. Again, this Heard County crew has met the challenge. Is getting key hits when needed. A diving second baseman could not reach the ball. Now we might begin to panic a little bit with an 8-0 lead for the Lady Braves, but it's not insurmountable. Just not a situation we anticipated being in. Just 4 innings, not quite 4 innings in the book. Ball is going to be hit to the first baseman. Touches the bag. Ends the inning. And the Braves score 2 more here. In the bottom half of the 4th inning, we're going to the 5th. The Lady Raiders have got to get something going here. I want to thank our sponsors once again with the commercial break, and we'll be back live from Columbus, Georgia, and your Lady Raiders in a moment. All right, we're back. Large deficit, but I don't know if there's anybody else in the lineup I'd like to see here leading off this inning. And Taz Whitley got a new pitcher on the mound as they take their number 1 girl off, giving her a break here with a couple innings remaining. Haley Whitley, the shortstop, freshman. Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? This team is resilient. If they can get up one more time, at least make a ball game of this, win or lose, to carry us in tomorrow's game. I'll give you some updates in just a moment on what our options will be as far as game times. A four-pitch walk there to Taz. Got a little speed on the base path there. Got Marley Clements going to make her first appearance of this Elite Eight, sophomore for the Lady Raiders. They have a deep roster. Any of these girls can come in at any time and get things done. Marley came up big last year. We come up short in the series with Cook County in the Sweet 16, but she come up big, had some big hits. We're going to have to make her throw a strike here. That's 6 balls in a row she's thrown. He's going to come out here and settle her down a little bit. All right, tomorrow, if this lead remains and the ladies cannot overcome it, we will play at 1 o'clock tomorrow. 1 o'clock will be our game time. All right, we're back in play now. Ball low. 3 balls, no 6 balls, 7 balls pitched in a row by the new pitcher. I'd like to make this coach regret that he took the other girl out. And she gets that strike 1 over the plate. Ball is ripped down that left line. Let's hope it gets out of play, and it does. And Marley does have the pop in her bat to hit it over this short white fence out there in the outfield. This ball is again ripped down that left field line. Count full now, no outs, 1 on. Once again, if we cannot overcome this deficit, we will play at 1 o'clock. If we win, we will be playing tomorrow, or the winner of this game will play tomorrow at 5 p.m. 1 game away from the championship. Ball high, and she's going to take her base. Here comes the coach one more time. Looks like, I don't know, looks like we're going to have another pitcher after she walks the first 2 batters. Which is always strange, and where, you know, that's another rule, you know, with baseball, with softball. It looks like starting pitcher's coming back in, so you relieve the starting pitcher for 2 batters basically, and she's allowed to come back in. I think they can do this 1 time. I don't have the white book rules in front of me, but we're going to nonetheless take a short break here. The Raiders have something going here. Again, it's a resilient team, a confident team. if nothing else, we can come make a ball game of this to prepare us for what we have tomorrow. And so we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be back here in just a moment. Sorry about that. Got back just a little late on the audio. As Ashton Kite, as we return to the top of the order, flies out to short right field. Upset as she comes back in the dugout, just a little frustrated with her at-bats. Madison Taylor to the plate. First and second, one out. Ball low. Swing and a miss. Foul ball. Attempted bunt.
Get out.
2-2 the count, one out, two on. Top of the fifth. And she pours it in for strike three, and she knows it. Again, with a 8-0 lead, it gives the pitcher a little bit more freedom to just kind of throw the ball versus trying to hit her spots. And she can throw it. I don't have a gun on me, but she has to be throwing that at least in the low 60s. It's my understanding there was a young lady from Pope that was playing a little bit earlier this afternoon. Several college Division I college scouts here watching her throw the ball nearly 70 miles an hour, which in relation to a baseball from this distance is in the mid-90s. Count 2-0 on Callie Anderson. Again, searching.
Get out. Make it be there.
3-1 the count. And Callie, 2 outs. 2 on. And she takes strike on that outside corner. I don't know. I'm not sure if she was throwing down to second or if it was just a high throw. I think the pitcher was a little, they kind of smiling at each other, and they can afford to when it's 8-0. Ball is fouled back. She stays alive. Swing and a miss by Anderson. Gets out of the inning as we get 2 on early. They bring in a new pitcher, puts 2 on with about 8 balls out of 9 pitches. And that is a run rule, folks. I forgot all about it. Wasn't even thinking about a run rule in effect here in the 5th inning as they lead 8-0 over our Lady Raiders. And that'll end our 12-game winning streak and set up a matchup. We're not sure who we'll face yet. Stay tuned on our website. As soon as I find out, I'll create the event. We will be playing at 1 o'clock tomorrow on field number 3. We're going to cut this outro short. We got to pack up, wrap up everything here. I want to thank all our sponsors once again for being a part of this. Coley Electric, Cohen's of Alma, State Farm, Center Stage Dance, Subway, F&B South, Merle Norman, H&H Equipment, Alma Exchange Bank, and Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales. I want to thank all of you back home for watching. Please tune in tomorrow for our Lady Raiders. I'm sure we're going to bounce back. They're a little disappointed, upset now. Kind of hit a juggernaut right here with their pitcher. Very dominant here in this game, our second game of the day. But we will be back tomorrow, bounce back 1 o'clock. Stay tuned again to the website and some emails through our school and through the chamber, giving you details of when that game will be for myself, Solomon Tillman, Carter Lee, and Austin Hester. We will see you tomorrow representing NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports, and we are BCTV Productions. Go Raiders!